I get to do something I haven't done in over 2 years. I get to talk about Anita Sarkeesian again. Yes. Yeah. Skip it up and that up. First off, shout out goes to YouTuber Vera Dark. I just discovered her channel about a couple weeks ago, and she's awesome. She has a lot of similar takes to me. She's like the female version of me with red hair. Just envision me with red hair, and there you go. Not really, but she has an awesome channel. Link below in the description. Go check her out. Well, anyway, Anita Sarkeesian. She was the big to-do back in 2014, 2015, let's say even 2016, where she had her whole feminist frequency thing, tropes versus video games, where she deemed anything that had to do with females in video games sexist. I'm exaggerating a little bit. Thunderfoot debunked a lot of her BS.
Another game that came up a lot was Hitman. This is how she describes Hitman Absolution.
Players are meant to derive a perverse pleasure from desecrating the bodies of unsuspecting virtual female characters. It's a rush streaming from a carefully concocted mix of sexual arousal connected to the act of controlling and punishing representations of female sexuality.
So deeply skeptical because you're meant to be a hitman, yet not going around killing random people. Indeed, you're penalized for killing people who are not your target, and even more so for killing innocent civilians. That is, the game actively disincentivizes killing random people like the girls in the strip club.
And I made quite a bit of videos on her in the past before, and I know she says things. Look, I'm smart enough to know this. I know she says things to try to become relevant again, to bait people in to talk about her. I get all that. I'm not dumb. Am I saying that she necessarily says everything for people to get the limelight back on her again like it's 2014 all over again? No. I'm sure she genuinely means some of the crap that she says, but I can't help but think she also says things to try to get articles made about her. And guess what? Here's an article made about her. There you go, Anita. Congratulations. You have your 15 seconds of fame back. Maybe not even. Well, anyway, what started this? We know what's going on in the States right now with what happened to George Floyd. Man was without a doubt murdered. It paints the picture of a bigger problem with police brutality in the United States that disproportionately happens more towards the African American community than any other community out there. The numbers are out there. Facts and numbers don't lie. If you disagree with it, then you don't like facts. You could come back at me with whatever stupid crap you want to. Numbers will just always win every time. But anyway, because of what's going on in the States, Lego, supposedly, they deny this now, wanted a whole slew of SKUs of their products, the toy company, removed from store shelves. Like, for example, police stations, donut shops. Oh my God, really? Fire station. Fire? Police, monster truck. It goes on and on. I'm not going through every single... If it's like law enforcement affiliated, even the White House set of Lego they wanted gone off of store shelves. And it seems like a legitimate email. It does. It seems like it's legitimate. Now, Lego has come out and said, look, you know, it's factually false. We didn't do that. We don't want these SKUs removed. But it's spread like wildfire, and it seems to me like they're just trying to damage control. Even Donald Trump's campaign manager came out and said, this is nuts. Lego Group is removing playsets featuring police, firefighters, and emergency vehicles, even ditching the White House kit. Like, maybe someone did an elaborate troll, and maybe there was a disgruntled Lego employee that did this and put this out there to hurt the company. I don't know. But from a bird's eye view, a large hairy bird, it seems like they really meant to get rid of all these SKUs. They saw the backlash because it's ridiculous, because to demonize all of those careers and make them seem bad to kids is an awful idea, because we need law enforcement or else we'll turn into the purge, which I'll talk about in a second. And it just seems like they're trying to be like, no, we didn't say that. We did say it, but we didn't say it. We're not going to get rid of those SKUs. We're not going to get rid of them. I'm sorry, please. And here is Lego's tweet before we get into Anita saying that they didn't say it. We've seen incorrect reports saying that we've removed some Lego sets from sale. To be clear, That is not the case, and reports otherwise are false. Our intention was to temporarily pause digital advertising in response to events in the U.S. We hope this clears things up. Heart. So, whatever. If it ends up being that it was misinformation and a elaborate troll, it is. If it was Lego who actually wanted to remove those SKUs and then they backtracked because they got a lot of backlash because that was a really dumb idea for them to do, and most people consider me a pretty damn progressive person, and I even think it's dumb. And now they're like, all right, we're lying to cover up our stupidity. Whatever, let's move on. But anyway, Anita, she had one of her takes, and as always, it was a dumb take, and this is what she said on Twitter. I tweeted about Lego possibly pulling their police theme sets, and that was incorrect. Sorry about spreading false information. Not 100% sure it was false, but okay. I am deleting that previous tweet. But also, hey, Lego Group, maybe pull all your police-themed sets? Now again, I understand that police brutality against the African-American community is disproportionately high in the United States, and I understand why there is the outrage. I understand why there are the protests. Even though I don't agree with the rioting and the looting, I understand the anger that is causing that. This isn't just about George Floyd. It's a bigger issue. I get all that. But you know what would happen if there was no law enforcement? You ever see the movie The Purge? That would become real life. You want that to happen? You need law enforcement, or else society wouldn't function. It wouldn't work. Human beings are animals, and we would just do whatever the hell we wanted to, and it would become a giant disaster. This is factual. Look, there are bad eggs in law enforcement. There's, and it's a problem, and we need reform to fix it. We need reform to fix it, because I have a feeling a lot of it has to do with racism, obviously, but also how police are trained. I get all that, and I'm 100% behind that. But to say stupid things and to demonize law enforcement by getting rid of Lego toys and saying that they're making it to children that police are terrible, that's what you want them to grow up to think? Obviously, there needs to be vast reform when it comes to law enforcement. Do you want all children to think that police are bad? You want to get rid of the toys so they don't look up to law enforcement? What is that going to do? It's going to demonize them when you need police. That's the equivalent of saying there has been doctors that have done this who were just over-glorified drug dealers who were just writing up scripts and giving people scripts for opiates. And they had like a drug ring running out of their primary care office. Should we say that all doctors are evil because of that? You need doctors. Doctors save lives. And look, not every damn cop is bad. The majority of them are not bad. I know cops personally. They're good people that want to do right by people. Is there a problem again in the United States with police brutality towards the African American community? Hell yes. Hell yes. And I'm not denying that. But to sit there and try to demonize everyone that wears the badge and make the entire public perception of law enforcement that every single cop is evil, that's a bit dangerous route to go, man. But this is the problem, though, is that everyone wants an extreme. Everyone wants either something is totally great and there's people out there, oh, there's nothing wrong with law enforcement. Oh, everyone's making such a big deal about George Floyd. I've seen people say that. Or you have the other extreme where it's like, demonize all cops. All cops are evil. Stop funding them. Stop selling Lego sets of law enforcement. Make law enforcement look terrible to children. That's not the direction you go in either, man. But everyone has to be an extreme. No one wants to be objective and sit back for a goddamn second and think. And that's the problem. We have, man, the United States we're going through a hell of a time right now. And I hope we end up being okay. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Thank you for the dumb take again, Anita. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.